Today over Florida's controversial parental rights and education law, also dubbed Don't Say Gay. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm Emily Turner. John has the night off. Action News' Jackson Gutierrez joins us in the studio. And Annette, it seems like people from both sides were pretty satisfied with this outcome.
That's right. Both the Democrats and the Republicans are calling this settlement a win. Governor Ron DeSantis and the bill's sponsors are saying they got what they wanted from the get-go. And the critics of the bill are saying the exact same thing.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed the parental rights and education law in early 2022, and opponents filed a lawsuit the next day. Critics claimed the language was vague and hostile towards LGBTQ+ people. Today, a settlement was reached. Under the settlement terms, students and teachers will be able to speak freely about sexual orientation and gender identity in Florida classrooms, just as long as it's not part of classroom instruction. The settlement also says parental rights in education law must be applied neutrally, meaning there is no license to discriminate against or erase LGBTQ+ people in classroom discussion, nor in literature. This means what applies to LGBTQ+ people also applies to heterosexual people.
It's a tremendous victory for the LGBTQ community.
I think it's a win for parents, for students.
In a press release today, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said they won the lawsuit against the, quote, activists who sought to stop Florida's efforts to keep radical gender and sexual ideology out of the classrooms of public school children in kindergarten through third grade. Former Jacksonville State Rep Jason Fisher co-sponsored the Parental Rights and Education Act. He says today's settlement is exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, I don't think people should be discriminated against. And the goal of it was to make sure that kids were taught about healthcare subjects that were age appropriate and that were approved by their parents.
The plaintiffs reached an agreement to nullify what they say was, quote, the most dangerous and discriminatory impacts of Florida's controversial Don't Say Gay law. Carlos Guillermo Smith is with Equality Florida and says this is one step closer to seeking freedom for everyone.
It's not just that they can say gay or say trans in our public schools. It's also that they can be gay and they can be trans without fear of being erased or pushed back into the closet by this law.
And under the terms of the settlement, the Florida Board of Education will send instructions to every school district saying the Florida law doesn't prohibit discussing LGBTQ+ people